Vietnam is definitely, you can say it's a latecomer, but I think it's a smart move that actually they are slowly progressing, understanding market, and then fine-tuning the regulations, learning the lessons of different jurisdictions, and implementing.
We're here today with Perry, Chief Compliance Officer at viaBTC, representing Coinex, one of your business arms. Obviously, viaBTC is, the third largest mining pool. Needs no introduction. But I'm actually quite interested to understand your take on how Vietnam's going with their journey to legalize crypto next year. So I've actually got 3 questions for you. The first one, just to keep it light. What do you think of the conference so far?
Well, the whole conference is great, first of all. It's held at the National Convention Center.
Yeah.
World class. Tons of space. The booth looks really nice. And basically traffic has been well, I guess, because the venue is so big, but then, the traffic, the population-wise, is actually pretty good. But it's just the venue is so big, it just felt that, it's comfortable to basically walk around, have space to walk around. Technically, and then looking at the GM Vietnam this year, is basically hosted in Hanoi. Previous 2 years was in Ho Chi Minh City.
Yeah.
And then this year, is a government-backed with government-related authorities basically just sponsoring, endorsing the event. So basically, it's a really symbolic and meaningful event for Vietnam. In the backdrop that there's a legalization of the cryptocurrencies or virtual assets regulations coming into effect in 2026.
Yeah.
So this event being endorsed by the government, held in Hanoi, the capital city of Vietnam, definitely means something else. It's definitely putting Vietnam actually on the radar of different Web3 businesses, Web3 build projects that probably they should actually look into Vietnam and build here.
Nice one. So for a second question, I think one thing that we've noticed being at the conference so far is we know that legalization is coming next year. But if you look around, there's a lot of retail here. There are a lot of regular people already interested in crypto. They want to participate. They might be on chain. We don't really know yet. But from a compliance perspective, what is your take on this?
In terms of regulations, it's coming into effect in 2026. The ultimate objectives of any regulations is either protecting the country's integrity, financial system's integrity, and also it's basically protecting their own users. Basically, this is the 2 biggest main points of having regulations. Similarities-wise, Vietnam will have to follow the Financial Action Task Force, the global AML watchdog, but then they have basically recommendations that all member countries will follow.
Yeah.
So basically that's one thing that will be all the similarities. But that's only anti-money laundering though. Different countries in the proximity in the Southeast Asia or basically Asia region, there's 2 spectrum. One is purely just treating crypto as payments.
Sure.
Anti-money laundering. So basically, it's an anti-money laundering regulations thing. Another spectrum is a full-on comprehensive regulations which have cybersecurity, insurance, user protection, AML. So basically, it's a full suite of regulations. So basically, it depends on basically what Vietnam is doing. And comparing in the region, basically, we know that Vietnam is targeting a kind of like a balance.
Okay.
So it's going to be exciting that, again, this event, with the regulations coming, and with 2026, and basically with the scale of the event basically right here this year. So it's actually, we're looking forward for an event in 2026 in Vietnam.
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, that makes complete sense. If the government is officially legalizing it then there will be some fanfare. They will probably scale some things up and celebrate. So on to my third question. With what you've seen here, I guess you can say it's been a successful event. But you've also been around the region, and from a compliance perspective, you've also been understanding what different governments are doing, whether in putting into practice AML-related laws or having the guide rails in place for legalization of crypto. Would you say that across Southeast Asia, there are similar practices happening, or are countries moving at a different pace?
Definitely moving at a different pace.
Okay.
Vietnam probably being a prominent location, very popular with crypto in terms of crypto adoption.
Yeah.
But in terms of regulations, we see that in Hong Kong, in Malaysia, Japan, Singapore, those countries, they have since probably 2019, 2020, they have regulations already. But Vietnam has been, I guess, welcoming, flexible, in terms of the regulations and basically how to interact and let the Web3 industry blossom first. Talk to the players and realizing basically the market and basically how to regulate them. Well, businesses come here, they want to come here to make money,
Of course.
in a responsible and compliant way. But but then the government or the regulator needs to understand the risk, the special features of blockchain, and also basically how they make money and basically what protection protocol must be in place to actually to make the balance of profitability and fiscal and compliance responsibility. So Vietnam is definitely, you can say it's a latecomer, but I think it's a smart move that actually they are slowly progressing, understanding market, and then fine-tuning the regulations, learning the lessons of different jurisdictions, and implementing.
It's a nice way that you put it, because when you phrase it that way, then Vietnam is in an advantageous position to learn from what the rest of the region has done. And even if they're coming in later, in a later bull run than 2019, 2020, they may provide the latest iterations of AML or whichever compliance practices that are most relevant to crypto.
Right. So technology, one of them, basically on the blockchain, was going to help with market integrity, AML again. So coming in later, you get to understand the risk, like FTX, different scams around the world. You know how to put a defensive mechanism against that. So that's the advantage. And also different trends as well. We've been through Bitcoin, we've been through decentralized finance, we've been through meme coins, right?
Of course.
So basically right now, we are at the next stage where, so what's next? Stable coins is very, very hot topic right now. And also real world assets, RWA. So basically it's how Vietnam is actually going to use the regulations, not only for crypto, but be flexible enough to accommodate RWA and stable coins into their market. It's going to be advantageous.
Nice one. Well, we're here to enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you so much for your time, Perry.
Thank you for having me.